fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's MegapiemanPHD here, and welcome to another look at my map video. This time for something special, because this is Payload Midwest Beta 1, and being Beta 1 means detailing. Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful. It's pretty. It's precious. Oh, it's amazing. It's a map only a mother could love. It took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted this map to look. Mainly because I wanted it to be a sort of feed mill / grain mill to fit the Midwest Mills thing. I even got a logo made. There you go, Midwest Mills. It doesn't really work great on that texture, but, you know, it's a work in progress. So I'll probably move it later. But yeah, Midwest Mills. It's supposed to look like a feed mill or a grain mill. So I took a look at the closest map that I could think of that has a theme like that, which is CP Granary, and tried to replicate some of that detailing along with some of my own ideas to try to get that vibe. So it's farmy, it's industrial-y, it's milly, and I wanted to try to keep that harvest autumnal vibe. So you got a little bit of that going on with how I've changed around the lighting, and to try to fit the skybox better, even though it is a custom skybox. But try to get the lighting to fit the skybox better and not be quite as yellow, but still give a good enough contrast and pop to the colors of the textures that I've been using. Now, the thing with trying to do this industrial-ish sort of thing, is that Team Fortress 2's teams have very distinct themes, where the blue team is more of your concrete and cinder block, and red team is more of your wood and metal. So, mainly, if you think about it, a building that has a flat roof is generally going to be on blue team, whereas a building that has a slanted roof, would be red team. And trying to figure out exactly how to get that across, the team's building structure across, as well as fitting the theme I'm going for, has been a bit of a puzzle, but I think I've been able to do it well enough that they still feel like the team's sides correctly, while also getting across the theme that I'm trying to get across. You see, here on blue side, I do have some slanted roofs and wood and metal and that kind of a thing, but I'm still, you have a lot of concrete and brick and that sort of stuff, especially on the inside. Here is wood. If you get into the spawn room, you've got your more basic spawn room textures, and in here, with this out-of-bounds area, you've got your concrete block and whatnot. So, hopefully, it fits what I'm trying to do here. I'm making hand gestures. You can't see them. I don't have a webcam. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. Anyway, let's take a look around blue spawn, shall we? You'll see there is tons and tons of beams. There are beams everywhere in this map, and it took for freaking ever in order to make them all. So you better appreciate all the beams I made for you, okay? I had to hand make and hand lay every beam. Not very fun. Also, there's a dog. I like that dog. I put the dog in the map because I wanted to. Anyway, moving on. So this is blue side, of course. This is blue spawn. As you move out from blue spawn, you get this main building here that is also blue colored and blue themed, which is why you have some of the flat roofs, but it's also where you get in some of the granary themes, especially with this grain elevator type thing with these that I looked at granary. I'm like, okay, granary has those silo things. How do they do it, and how can I replicate it and make it fit in what I'm doing? And that's what I came up with, this building here, because this building is mostly for the blue team to use, whereas these over here, all of this is for red team to use. To try to designate what each team should be using by the color and detail of that building. So, Blue team, of course, blue team will be using blue spawn. They will also be using this, they will also be using this, and they will also be using this to try to push the cart through and capture the points. Now, something that I did change up here is this sign right there. Now, that sign, previously I had it as Hydro's digital-ish signs that would change from pointing to the left to pointing downward once A is capped and you open up the shortcut. I changed it because the Hydro signs didn't really fit, and now it is a normal billboard arrow, but when A is capped, it will rotate to point downward to show you the shortcut. And I also tried to specifically detail the shortcut so that it is easier to notice from farther off. Like you have this yellow, this is like the only yellow in the area to draw your eye to it, lighter colors to try to draw your eye to it, and a lot more lighting than you see out here, different shaded lighting and a lot more lighting to try to draw your eye to that. So when you're back here in your blue team, when you're walking out, you see, oh, what's this area? Oh, this is the shortcut. Oh, it takes me over here. Instead of what people tend to do and walk completely around it and ignore it. Which makes trying to capture B harder than it should be. Should be. Yeah, so that's the idea with that. I do feel like the inside of this building is perhaps a little too barren, although I haven't been able to figure out what to do with it. Optimization, I think, has been doing pretty well for this map. I've really been trying to figure out how to build a map to be optimized. Of course, I'm using, if I go up here, you'll see that like things pop in and out of existence because I am using fade distances, but I'm also trying to use actual optimization of hints and skips and area portals and all that lovely nonsense to try and make things run well. My maps have a tendency not to run well once they get to the detailing stage, but hopefully this one will not. Also, I made a bathroom. Look, there's a lovely bathroom. Look, there is a lovely bathroom. No swimming in the bathroom. Remember that. There's quite a few bathrooms in this map, and I've gotten to the point where bathrooms are important to level design because they make a place feel more realistic. Just think about it. Think about everywhere that you would go in your normal daily life, and if that place has a bathroom. If there's no bathroom there, then people are thinking, okay, where do the people who work here, live here, or are fighting here go when they gotta go? So, strategically placed bathrooms, in my opinion, can help lend a lot to the believability of a place. And I've got at least 5 bathrooms in this map. So, there you go. I think one of them's, yeah, the one that's in this building I actually have out of order. Yeah, there it is down there. It's a little bit out of order, so you're not going to use that one, but you got like 4 others to pick from. So there you go. This building here, trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, since this building has the trades, one of the 2 trade spawns inside of it, starts as red, goes to blue. I wanted to try to detail the inside of it at the very least to not be full-on red team. So when blue team spawns here, they still feel like it's theirs. I mean, there is this red truck down here in the out-of-bounds area, but that's about it. I might change some of the detailing out here a little bit. I don't know. I'll think of something. But, yeah, it's a lot of coffee. It's a lot of smoking. No smoking in the spawn room. Remember that. And, yeah, this starts as red. Red goes this way, and then it switches over to blue, and blue goes this way once they capture B. So, hopefully, blue will be like, this is still our spawn, even though we're in a red-ish building. And, of course, more beams. Beams! So many beams, placed all of the beams by hand and clipped them off, so hopefully they won't be obnoxious to move around. At least that's the idea. I also tried to keep a bit low on custom props. I did find this giant grain sack that I'm like, you know what, that works. I'm going to put that in a corner somewhere. So I did. It's in that corner and a couple other corners in the map. But yeah, as you see, you got the red wood and you got I don't think I have any metal siding here, but you do have brick. There's a little bit of metal over there. You got the red wood, the red metal, and trying to get that to work with the red brick, the way that Granary does it, to get that good theming across. That, yes, this is red, but it also can be blue. And the farther you get in the map, the more red everything gets, because this building is much more red. This shot right here, this is what I'm going to call the money shot. I love this shot. FGD5's trailer truck model works so well in this spot, and I love it. This came out fantastically as a loading dock. Much more better. I don't know why I wanted to phrase like that. Much more better than I thought I could be able to figure out how to get it. I'm very, very happy with how this shot looks. And it'll look even better once I get a 3D skybox in, so the world doesn't just end when you get to a part of the map. I also made a custom blend texture down here for this this parking lot area, so it goes to the dirt, to the parking lot, and then back to dirt, and I think it works. It works very well. Here's the second of the trade spawns. Starts out as red team going this way, and then blue team over here going this way. Again, trying to make it feel red feel a little bit enough of both teams. Of course, not too red themed, but not too blue team themed, because it's for both. I also added this window here. It's a one-way window. It stays one way the entire time. And the reason why I added that is so that you can take a look out and see if anybody's running around trying to camp your spawn, and decide which room or which door you want to go out of. This spot right here was a little bit finicky to figure out how I wanted to detail it to make it look realistic-ish. But I think I was able to get this drop down to work. Because the whole point of this drop down is so that blue team can still use this building for attacking, but red team can't use it for defending unless they rocket jump up there, because they can't go through this door until C is captured. Unfortunately, previously in the map's existence, red team was using that to flank blue as they tried to attack C, and hopefully that won't happen now because of all of that, but I still wanted blue to be able to use this to attack. So you got the drop down here, giving you options of going out this way or going out this way, and you can go up to this window room. Now I added this block here. It used to go all the way back there. I added this block here just to try to have some visual flair, some breaking up the squareness of the room. If it becomes a problem with gameplay, I will change it back, but for now, we're experimenting, and there's a wall there. I also blocked off a nasty, wicked sightline that went from this window all the way over here, which was real bad. So that is now gone, and I also blocked off a wicked, nasty sideline that went from this window all the way over here, which was real bad. So that is no longer a thing, and hopefully wicked, nasty sidelines won't be a problem the next time I get this map tested. Also, if you're out here and nobody's around and you get kind of bored, you can play a big game of pastime. Just throw the ball into the hoop. That's about it. There's no markings on the ground, so who knows how you can tell where the three-point line is, but, you know, good luck. Anyway, yeah, going down over here, I changed this originally before this walkway went this way, but I didn't like that because that blocked explosive jumper is going over this wall too much. And I want people to be able to rocket jump their way over the wall, so I moved it around. I also moved around the props here a little bit to make it easier to get up on top of these blocks, so you can jump on top of this, jump on top of that, and then you're up here. Hopefully it won't lead to too many sniping issues, but some people were thinking that there should be an easy way to get on top of that. You could go up here and then, of course, walk over, but no, that's too hard. I want a way to get up there real fast and quick like. So, now you got it. Now you got it. More beams. Beams for days. So many beams. So little time. Every building's got beams in it. I'm not entirely sure about this building. This little shed structure. I think it needs a little something-something, but I don't know what something-something to put in it. These textures I'm using are actually custom made by a person called Squeezeit, which is an odd name, but I like the way that it looks. And it works. I added this up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, to connect these two buildings together. I might keep it, but if it becomes a problem with explosive jumpers, then I'll get rid of it. Trying to figure out how to detail this to not look awful was a puzzle, but I think I got it to work by having just, the metal side right there that you can walk up if you want to go over to this building. There are trains. I was trying to see if I could do this map without trains, but Freya, a user on tf2maps.net, made this awesome covered hopper train car, and I wanted to use it, so I put it in the map. And this building actually looks more like a grain elevator than anything else in the entire map. Well, outside of not having a silo. But yeah, that is C Point. More beams, more wood structures, getting more and more into looking like red team. And I don't think I changed up much here outside of just blocking those sightlines. This detailing right here, I hope is not awful. I tried to figure out what in the world to do here that wasn't just a big freaking building. So I put some sort of wood structure and metal structure for some kind of something. I don't know. I think it looks like it could possibly be a thing, which works for me for now. Possibly later on in the future I'll figure out a better way to get across some sort of machinery or something than this, but for now it's this. And I'm okay with it. Moving on. Moving on to D, which is final. Now, D, of course, the entire facade of this facility is that it is a mill, but when you get to D, you start getting into Red's last spawn to switch over to Spy Tech. You can tell because there's this big satellite antenna. So when you get in here, there's a little bit of a break between the outside, the outside facade and the inside Spy Tech. You can see the changing with the lighting, of course. You go from the yellower lighting to the white lighting. You have a break here. You go through here. You still have some of that farmy, milly stuff, and then you get into the Spy Tech there. And the same with this passageway. A little bit of non-Spy Tech and straight into Spy Tech. And then you have this building. This machine. The machine you're aiming to blow up. I think the blue lighting is a little bit strong in here, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to convince somebody to make a red version of that particle that I can use instead of blue. But Nucleus, which is what I'm taking it from, only uses blue, and I only found an edit for the Nucleus particle to make it horizontal instead of vertical. That is the blue version. I haven't found a red version yet, so right now it's blue, even though it's in a red base, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I did put some natural rock around it. It's like they dug a hole and put that in there, which I think helps give the area a bit more visual interest, at the very least. I do like how this turned out. Spy Tech can be a little bit bland if you just do straight Spy Tech, so you gotta try to find ways to spice it up a little bit. I have these cables going across. Yes, that is a Half-Life 2 texture. Or prop. No, you probably wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't pointed out. Maybe I'll get a TF2 prop made that's not that, but I don't know. And trying to figure out what to do with this machine was a bit of a puzzle, but I think it looks alright. It's supposed to be like a power generator thing. I don't know. It's Spy Tech, so I think it works as what it's supposed to do and gets across the idea that it's making electricity or something. Whatever the machine in Nucleus does is what this does. Okay? If it works in there, it should work here. Moving on. We have a evil lair, a room over here, using some evil lair props I found on tf2maps.net. You got a table, you got what is going on with the reflections in here? I don't know. I gotta maybe fix that, because that looks awful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You got your Spy Tech, you've got your wires. I mean, you've got red spawn over here, which is still, Spy Tech. Looks like Spy Tech. Fits Spy Tech. It's Spy Tech. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted this map to look. Took me a while to actually make the map look how I wanted it to look and trying to figure out what to do with the map, and I think so far it is doing quite well. I might need to work on some lighting and some other things here and there, but that is what testing is for. And if you have any feedback you want to give me on anything, feel free to leave it in the comment section of this video. Leave it on the thread on tf2maps.net. Link will be found in the description of this video, or go ahead and download the map for yourself and check it out, run around in it. I don't think you'll find it on any server because it's not finished, and there isn't really a whole heck of a lot of custom servers anymore on TF2. But now that they've fixed the lag crash bots, and people can actually play the game again, that was a fun experience. You can check it out, see if you like it, see if you don't, let me know, and that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I have been MegapieMan, and I will talk to you guys later.